What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for returning back to my channel, The Root Wave. In this episode, I have Lydia Hord. Please, Lydia, say hello to the audience and let us know where we can
Hi,
find you.
everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Lydia Hord. You can find me on IG at lids, LYDZ_art, where all my visual art and my poetry is as well.
Very cool. Thank you, Lydia, for being on the
Yeah, of
channel.
course.
If you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do, please.
Yeah, sure. So I am a visual artist. I specialize in acrylic on canvas, and also I do poetry, which I've started doing spoken word as well, and attending a lot of open mics and reading my poetry out loud starting like December. So yeah, I do both as well.
Which one do you do more of at this point?
Um, Honestly, it goes back and forth,
Got it.
really. I have events. My art events are pretty much like twice every month, and I just attend open mics like reoccurring
Mhm.
weekly. So I'm doing both, honestly, at the same time.
Right. Now, tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about how you got into your artwork.
So I've always been very creative since I was very young. And I didn't really start painting, honestly, till I want to say sometime last year or the year before, where I was like, you know what, I feel like I'm missing some creativity that was lost in me for a number of years. Putting motherhood in front of me sometimes, parents will put themselves on the back burner. And I was like, there's something that's missing. I feel like I haven't been doing a lot of things for myself. And I started just getting into painting and really, really loving it. And so I just started doing that for about a year and a half. And my first time actually putting my work into a gallery was October of last year, October 2018. And I remember saying to myself that even if I don't get accepted to this one, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to try for the next one and the next one and the next one. And with my first submission, I got entered.
Oh, that's
And it
cool.
really like just snowballed after that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's
amazing.
how it
Yeah.
works, right? Or usually you just
Yep.
start doing what you're passionate
Just got to
about
keep at it.
and put some
Yeah.
work in and then it starts showing up. Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about the spoken word.
So with my poetry is, I hate to say this, but kind of like my first love before art. Like I've always been creative in a lot of aspects, but poetry always came very natural to me. I started probably when I was like in fifth grade, like poetry club. And then it got really something that I clung to in my teenage years. And I wrote for a number of years, and the same way with art, I put it in the back burner. I was like, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it.
Right.
And then unfortunately, that doesn't happen sometimes. You think that writing and things like that are so easy that you can go back to it anytime, but life gets in front of you. So yeah, last year is when I started. Honestly, everything started for me about last year, just consistently doing it. And my first open mic was December of last year. And I just have been very consistent going. And you know what's funny is that I always told myself I had stage fright.
Mm,
Like, I never thought, to be honest, that I would ever be at this point where I am now, where I'm very confident on the stage. I love to share my work. I love encouraging other people to follow their passions. And it's really, really dear to my heart. So,
yeah.
like, I love poetry. I love
Yeah.
writing. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what's been the most difficult part about getting into your artwork because I know that, like you said, a lot of people put things on the back burner.
Hmm.
Besides putting things on the back burner and having responsibilities, which are usually the obvious points of why people don't get into their artwork. But once you've gotten into the artwork and once you've gotten your feet wet a little bit, what do you feel has been some of the difficulties that you've encountered?
I think for me is procrastination.
Hmm.
That's probably my biggest enemy. I will always say I have time. Like I was just saying to someone earlier that I have a submission that's due the 30th, which is only a few days from now, and I'm like, it's like 10 days.
You
I have,
understand?
and before it was like I had a whole month, and now it's like, oh my God, it's counting down. So I would say procrastination is one of the worst things, and also being very doubtful of yourself, being doubtful and fearful of especially like new opportunities and new things. I always say like doubt and fear held me back like a prisoner for a very long time until I started to take a chance on myself and believe in myself.
Right.
And once you really do that, you will see a million doors open for you. You really have to take a chance. And I think my biggest thing is doing it afraid. Like it's okay if you're afraid, if you're
Right.
so scared that, that something's not going to happen for you, you have to try anyway. Because
Right.
then at least you can say that you tried.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. So now tell me a little bit about, now that you've gotten your feet wet, you told us a little bit
Mhm.
about the difficulties, but tell us about some of the best things that have come from this.
Well, some of the best things that have come from this is one, my confidence in myself. I just never, I'm telling you, I never really thought that I would be here. I always say it wasn't a goal, it was a dream. It was something that I always wanted to do. I just imagined all these amazing things for myself, and I didn't know that I could do them. And I think just like sitting in it, like taking a moment, like if I'm meditating, just sitting there and I'm like, wow, all of these amazing doors have opened for me. I would say a lot of great connections that I've made. The artist community is one of the warmest and most supportive communities that there are. And I think one thing that kind of holds people back sometimes, if they are insecure with themselves, is thinking that they won't be embraced. And it's been the total opposite. I've met so many amazing people, just through galleries, through open mics, and they're some of the most amazing people I've ever met.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
true. I mean, I'm getting involved too in the art world, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty awesome. I mean, every
Yeah.
world has its like ups and downs, and there's like good and
Mm-hmm.
bad, but
Oh, definitely.
art is so I guess welcomed that a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
art world is, paying attention and giving you the chance to kind of just put your stuff out there so that way they can pay attention to it, and they're willing
Yeah.
to look at it
Yeah.
and listen to it.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
think that we also see ourselves in each other.
Right.
So right now where I'm confident, there will be somebody who I've met many people who are, where I was just a few months ago, who feel like, oh, this is my first open mic, where this is my first time at a gallery and I don't know if I can do this. And I'm like, you can, and I will give I'm always that person who will encourage everyone. So I love to try to lift each other up, and I think that's one of the biggest things in these communities is just literally lifting each other and trying to bring everyone to the next level. Like that's what it's about.
Yeah, no, well,
So
you said it before. It's so crazy how in this, I guess in this type of community, how much we doubt ourselves, we
yes,
procrastinate. I mean, I
yes,
think it just comes with the territory. But yeah, having a
yeah,
support system or seeing other people kind of go through the same thing is definitely like,
hmm,
all right, I'm not alone in this, and I can do it.
yes,
We've all been there.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you see? What do you have going on currently, and what do you have planned for the future? Or would like to accomplish in the future for your work?
So currently, right now I've been a facilitator of my writing group, which is the Yonkers Writing Group. I live in Yonkers. It's based there, and we are a collective of lots of different types of writers. Could be poets, authors, screenwriters. We have a couple of authors already in our group, and, we encourage everyone to come in, even if you don't write books, you don't write poetry, maybe you're a songwriter, and I think that we all have so much information amongst ourselves as a group that where someone is able to help someone or guide someone, even if it's just supportive. So that's one thing that I have on this Thursday. I have the what is it, Loma 2 Fantasy in Color with Rob and Christy Ayala, and I'm really excited for that. It is a art showcase for Blacks and Latinos, and like they say, it's like we don't sometimes get a lot of the same opportunities as others do, and I think that I love them so much. I like really attribute my growth in the art community and feeling comfortable to them because they were one of the first people to reach out to me. And I've been with them since November, every single month at every event. And so I'm really excited for that. Um, And let's see, Blue Door. There's a art center that's by me. It's called Blue Door Art Center. It's another art gallery. So I'm submitting work for them for this month as well. And for poetry, I have an erotic poetry night that's actually coming up. It's April 30th. And that's going to be really fun. It's a large lineup of featured artists. And it's really great that over these couple of months, I've just made the most amazing connection. So almost everyone I know, that's something that I never thought I would be. And especially like reading poetry that I never thought I would be comfortable reading. I'm so excited to do, new things. And also I'm submitting work for an anthology for a open mic that's called Beautiful in Mind that I attend every Monday. They have a open mic called Stage Box, and they're actually curating an anthology of lots of different art. So it can be visual art, poetry, drawing, anything, short stories. And I think that's going to be really incredible to, hopefully have my artwork and my poetry included in this. So yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have
Yeah.
been, we've been following each other for a little bit, so I've definitely seen your progression
Okay.
and what's going on,
Yeah.
and definitely a lot
Yeah.
more than when we
My
first started
hand is
following
in
each
a lot of things.
other. I'm trying to do the same
But
thing.
it feels good. But it
Yeah, it's
feels good,
awesome. It's so awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember like
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, I wasn't doing any of this, and it's like life
Yes.
changing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
to see myself now doing, and I say it all the time, like you'll see all my posts all the time saying, I'm so grateful to have taken a chance on myself, to push myself forward, because unfortunately tragedy is what got me to this point. My brother passed away in August 2017, very unexpectedly, and it kind of just like propelled me so much forward, because I think unfortunately we take a lot of our time for granted. Like I kept saying, I kept putting myself on the back burner. I kept saying, I have time. I have time. I'll do it when my kids are a little older. And I just really thought, like, we only have this one life, and you really have to take advantage and be grateful for the time that you have today. And that's how I live, honestly, is like day to day. And yeah, to see where I was last year, the year before, I was like, I wasn't doing any of this. I was dreaming about it. But to feel like I'm really doing everything that I dreamed of is the most amazing feeling.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Well, I
yeah.
usually ask my guests to give us a little motivational send off, but I think what you just said right now, like, just touched all those points because
Yes.
I love that this interview brought out a lot of what it takes to actually put yourself out there, which a lot of us need to do now. And a lot of us are trying to do.
Yeah.
We're still learning and we're still growing. I mean, it's a great time for
Yeah.
art and expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a quote actually by a life coach that I follow, and I saw a webinar of hers back in sometime last year, and her name is Jamila Reddy. And she had a webinar, and in her webinar, she said this quote. She said, once you have the audacity to live the life that you want, your life will reflect that audacity. And I thought that was the most amazing thing I've ever heard. And I feel like I'm getting choked up, but that's how I am. But it really is so true. Once you put that audacity out there to really live your purpose, like the universe is going to show you everything that you've been waiting for, but you really have to just take the chance on yourself. And
Yeah.
it feels amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Lydia, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for being on the channel. If you wouldn't
Thank
mind
you
just,
so
of
much.
course, and if you wouldn't mind just telling us one more time where we can find you, please.
Yes. So follow me on IG, Instagram. That's at lids LYDZ_art.
Yeah, I'll be putting all that information on the screen and on the comment
Okay,
section below,
dope.
so that way people can check you out. Once again,
Okay,
Lydia,
great.
thank you so much for being on the channel. It's been
Yes,
great
thank
meeting you and experiencing your
You
work as well.
too.
Yeah,
Finally.
yeah, and I'll be seeing you at the
Yes.
events a little more.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
Definitely.
And I really
Definitely.
appreciate
Okay.
it so much. Yes, and to my audience, thank you so much. Please go support Lydia, and I'll catch you around on the next episode. Later. Bye, Lydia.
Bye.